Welcome back to the Why channel. Before we dive in, do us a huge favor. Subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, and definitely smash the like button right now to join our community of thinkers. Okay, let's get into it. You've all been there, right? You're at a family dinner or maybe a meeting at work, and someone is just going on and on about a topic with this unshakable certainty. But there's a problem. You know for a fact they are completely, totally wrong, and yet nothing you say can sway them. It's a real head-scratcher, and frankly, a fascinating puzzle about us humans.
So what is going on there? Why does this happen so often? This question isn't just about someone being stubborn or a little arrogant. No, it goes way deeper than that, right into the fundamental wiring of our brains and even our social survival instincts. In this explainer, we are going to unpack the science behind this very common and very, very human phenomenon.
Here's the roadmap. First, we'll lay out exactly what the confidence paradox is. Then, we'll dig into the why behind it, looking at a famous brain glitch, a pretty surprising social advantage, and our own mind's tricky defense systems. And stick around, because at the end, we'll get practical and talk about how we can start to line up our confidence with what we actually know. All right, let's kick things off with the paradox itself. We're all wired to think that confidence equals expertise. I mean, if someone sounds like they know what they're talking about, our gut instinct is to believe them. But what happens when that feeling of being right has absolutely nothing to do with actually being right? Yeah, so this isn't just a random personality quirk. It's a well-documented, measurable glitch in our thinking called the overconfidence effect. It's this persistent gap between how sure we feel we are and how correct we actually are. This disconnect is pretty much the foundation of the whole mystery we're exploring today. So let's get to our first major explanation, and trust me, it is a big one. You've almost definitely heard of it, the Dunning-Kruger effect. It gives us a really powerful reason for why some of the least competent people can, bizarrely, be the most confident. Now, the key insight here is absolutely brilliant. It's not just that people with low skill are bad at something. It's that the very skills they're missing, the knowledge of the rules, the little nuances, the context, are the exact same skills they would need to realize they're making mistakes. It's been called a double curse. First, they mess up, and second, their incompetence blinds them from even seeing that they've messed up. This quote, you've probably seen it floating around the internet, right? Well, it absolutely nails the core idea of that landmark 1999 paper from Justin Kruger and David Dunning. Their research gave us a name and a framework for understanding why, especially at the extreme ends of any skill, confidence and competence can be polar opposites. And if you want to see just how big that gap can be, check this out. In the original study, people were tested on things like logic and grammar. What they found was stunning. The individuals who scored way down in the bottom 12th percentile, meaning 88% of the other people did better than them, they, on average, guessed that they had performed at the 62nd percentile. I mean, just think about that. That's not just a little off. It's a breathtaking level of misjudgment. But hold on, here's a twist. What if this overconfidence thing isn't just a bug in our mental software? What if, in some ways, it's actually a feature? Let's switch gears for a second and look at how confidence can be an incredibly powerful social tool, one that might have given our ancestors a serious competitive edge. In the super complex world of human social groups, these two things are absolutely not the same. Research has shown that we humans often give status and influence not to the person who is actually the most competent, but to the one who seems the most confident. Projecting competence can often be more valuable for your social standing than actually possessing it. Just think about it from an evolutionary point of view. A caveman who is a bit overconfident might be the one to challenge a rival for leadership, or keep trying to hunt after a failure, or maybe just be more convincing when he says, "Hey everyone, follow me, I know where the good berries are." In the high-stakes game of survival, that kind of self-fulfilling prophecy, where just believing you'll win makes you more likely to, could have been a trait that got passed down.
Okay, so we've got a cognitive bias and a possible evolutionary advantage. But there is a third crucial piece to this puzzle: our own ego. Our minds come with these powerful, totally automatic defense systems that are designed to protect our sense of self. And a lot of the time, that means protecting us from that deeply uncomfortable feeling of being wrong.
This is a classic. When we're faced with a fact that totally contradicts a belief we hold dear, our brain feels this friction, this mental static. It's called cognitive dissonance. And what's the easiest way to make that uncomfortable feeling go away? Well, it's not admitting we were wrong. That stings. It's much easier to just dismiss the new information
explain it away, or just pretend we never heard it. And belief perseverance is what happens right after cognitive dissonance does its dirty work. It's basically the inertia of our own ideas. It's like once a belief gets lodged in our brain, it takes a mountain of evidence to get it out. We end up more invested in defending our position than in actually finding out the truth. Oh, this one is so fascinating. We all think we know how everyday things work, like a zipper or a toilet. But here's the fun part. Researchers asked people to just draw from memory the basic mechanics of a bicycle, how the pedals, chain, and wheels all work together. And guess what? Most people fail miserably. That's the illusion of explanatory depth. We think we understand something deeply just because we see it all the time.
So, with all these powerful forces, cognitive biases, evolutionary history, our own egos, pushing us towards overconfidence, are we just doomed? Is there a way out of this trap? Well, yes. This final part is all about that. The practical strategies we can use to better calibrate our confidence with our actual competence. And let's be super clear, this is not about becoming insecure or full of self-doubt. Not at all. It's about building a better, stronger, more honest kind of confidence, the kind that's actually earned through real understanding and a healthy dose of awareness about what we don't know. So here's your toolkit, 4 ways to get started. 1. Fight that illusion of knowing. The next time you feel sure about something, try to explain how it works step by step out loud. You will find the gaps in your knowledge real fast. 2. Actively seek out criticism. Don't just ask for praise, ask for real, honest feedback. 3. Change your mindset from I know to what can I learn? Always stay curious. And finally, number 4, learn to love the phrase I don't know. It's not a sign of weakness, it's the starting line for real learning. I absolutely love this quote from Robert McCone. We live in a world that practically demands that we have a hot take on absolutely everything, instantly. But what if we just didn't? What if we put ourselves on an opinion diet and only form strong opinions about things we've truly taken the time to understand? It's such a powerful idea. And that really leaves us with one final thought. We've seen that being overconfident isn't just a personality flaw. It's baked into our cognitive biases, our evolutionary past, and our psychological defenses. It's basically part of the human operating system. Knowing that, the real challenge isn't just about spotting it in other people. It's about having the courage and the humility to question it in ourselves. Thanks for watching. If this video made you think, please subscribe to the Why channel, turn on the bell, like this video, and share it with someone who needs to hear this.